Hello, how are we doing? Today we're going to be watching... I don't even know what this episode is called. Should I avoid that? Let's have to find out what this episode is called. The Survivors. Interesting. I know it's part 2 of the Daleks. I believe that's what the serial is called. Again, let me know about the names of serials. Again, let me know about the names of serials. And the naming structure of Doctor Who, the classic Doctor Who. I'm watching The Survivors, episode 6, but it's part of the Dalek serial. Very confusing. Last episode, Barbara got cornered. They seem to be lost, which are on a planet, I believe, which is Skaro. I think they're on Skaro. Okay, here we go. Full reaction on Patreon. Terry. I'm drinking out of a Fanta bottle, but I assure you this is water. It was tropical at some point. Can we see that? Tropical.
Barbara?
Very tropical.
Barbara?
Don't know what flavour that actually is, but it's quite nice.
Barbara?
That sound design for this environment is very interesting. It's like what's whooshing in a creepy way.
Barbara?
I'm looking a lot like the first Doctor here.
Let's see what it goes to. Come on, wait. What's the matter? Listen.
I don't know who's more grumpy though, me or him.
Yes. Over here somewhere. Hey, stop.
Oh, there it is again.
It's coming from in here. Oh, this is more hopeful. We ought to find some mercury here. Oh, measuring equipment. Measuring what? Here. This drum. The ink's still quite wet.
It's a bit quiet. My headphones are quite terrible.
Imagine what sort of people these are.
They're intelligent anyway, very intelligent.
Yes, but how do they use their intelligence? What form does it take?
Oh, as if that matters. What these
Probably
instruments tell us is
does.
we're in the midst of a very, very advanced civilized society.
Here it is. The thing that's ticking, it's over here. It's a guided route.
Look at the needle. It's past the danger point.
Yes, yes, that explains a lot of things, doesn't it? Jungle turns to stone, the barren soil, and the fact that we're not feeling well.
Radiation sickness.
Yes, I'm afraid so. The atmosphere here is polluted with a very high level of fallout. We've been
He's so
walking around it
cavalier.
completely unprotected.
What?
I suppose they all are
How
really,
do you
aren't they?
explain the buildings? They're intact.
Literally. Yes. It destroys all human tissues but leaves the buildings and machinery intact. Yes.
Sounds like
How much
radiation.
radiation? How badly?
We need drugs to treat it.
But where are we going to find them?
TARDIS will have to take it to another time and place where we do.
But don't you remember? We can't move the ship until we find the mercury for the fluid link.
The fluid link, yes. Yes, I'm afraid I cheated in that. I was determined to see the city, but everybody wanted to go on. And, well, to avoid arguments, in short, there's nothing
You
wrong with
twat.
the fluid link.
How did you mean to say that you risked leaving the ship just to see this place?
You fool! You old fool!
You stay as much as you like, Chesterton. The point is, we need an immediate return to the ship. I suggest we leave at once.
We're not leaving until we've found Barbara.
Very well. You may stay and search for her if you wish, but Susan and I are going back to the ship now. Come along.
All right, carry on, fine. How far do you think you'll get without this?
Give that to me.
Not until we've found Barbara.
Give it to me, I say.
No. It's time you faced up to your responsibilities. You've got us here. Now I'm going to make sure that you get us back.
Chesterton, this is...
We're wasting time. We should be looking for Barbara.
He's right, Grandfather. We are wasting time.
Child, if
One
you're
alpha.
as an adult sometimes think.
I like Ian. Ian's probably my favourite one of the bunch so far. Barbara's kind of cool too. Barbara and Ian seem to be both very reasonable. Whereas the first Doctor's a nutcase and Susan screams all the time. Here we go. I guess this is the first time we've ever seen the Daleks. And we saw their plunger. I don't know the technical name of the plunger. I also don't know which Dalek design I prefer. Which Dalek design I prefer. New or old. I like it when they were sort of silver and blue. Sort of 5th Doctor era Daleks. I don't really know to be honest, but does Ian get done in at this point? I think he gets like zapped, doesn't he? Maybe that happens in the later episode. Is he going to run for it?
I said immediately.
I remember him getting done in at this point. He gets paralysed. I don't know how I can really remember this story. I can't remember last time. It must have been over 10 years since I last watched it.
Paralyzed. You will recover shortly, unless you force us to use our weapons again. In that case, the condition will be permanent. You two, help him.
It's a cool effect when everything goes inverse, colours-wise.
I can't use my legs.
And they all get plonked in the same cell, I believe, right?
Here.
Miss Ray!
Never mind, Are you all right?
Yes. What's the matter? What's happening?
Oh, I'm all right.
He tried to get away and we hurt him. Can't you stand up?
Oh, not without help. The feeling's coming back, don't worry.
Come over here.
How about you, Barbara? We tried to look for you, and then those machines caught us.
Oh, they trapped me in some sort of lift. Seemed to go down for ages.
They didn't hurt you?
What are they?
I don't know. Barbara, did you notice anything?
I think you're asking the wrong person there,
there,
Barbara.
Any little thing may help us.
Nothing much. They moved me from floor to floor, always in lifts. Where we are now must be miles underground.
No stairs, is I guess what she's saying.
I'm afraid that's not very much help.
Oh. You did say anything.
Do you think they really are just machines?
What do you mean?
I was going to say, do you think there's someone inside?
Why is that funny?
What's the point? We haven't any idea what's inside them.
Do you think that I could get away from them?
Are they androids technically? I don't even know.
I began to feel so weak and giddy. It's getting worse now. I think they must have drugged me in some way.
It's not that. Barbara, we've got radiation sickness, all of us. The doctor's pretty badly hit.
Well, how do you know it's radiation?
He's a bit useless, isn't he, so far?
It seems that all the time we've been in the open, we've been exposed to it. Well, what's going to happen to us?
Unless we get treatment, we shall die.
Oh, brilliant.
Bring in the old man now, prisoner. 200 days ago, the radiation count was 93. It is now 58. An impressive reduction. It is still enough to destroy. Our prisoners are showing preliminary stages of sickness already. We know that owls are able to live on the surface, and that
We've only seen the back of Daleks
perhaps
so
it
far.
is a drug. Is it failing them now? Why are these more showing signs of radiation sickness? A few questions will reduce the mystery. Do not move out of the light.
Is that the director?
You are one of the Thal people.
I don't
The Thals and the
Why are you
Thals?
suffering from radiation?
What?
Khans? I can't remember which one's
We're
which.
not aware of it
What
until it
names
was
are
too
them?
late, that's fine.
No, that is not true. We know that powers have existed outside our city. The truth is your supply of drugs has failed, and you came into the city to see if you could find more.
No. Sows.
I came in for Mercury, I guess.
We're not sows, or whatever you may call them. Don't you see we're very ill?
You and your companions need a drug to stay alive.
We have no drugs. Drugs left outside the TARDIS.
TARDIS, he is becoming delirious.
That's what that tune was.
I do not understand his words.
Listen to me.
I've heard that quote before.
My friends and I are travelers. We did find something in the forest near our encampment. It may be the drugs you're referring to. Why not let one of us go and bring the files here? And to go if necessary.
We cannot move outside the city,
Very well then, let one of us go and bring the others until he returns.
providing whoever you send understands the rest of you will be held responsible for his return.
He will have our lives in his hands. That is enough.
Then we agree.
Tell me something about the thousand.
Give us some lore.
Over 500 years ago, there were two races on this planet. We, the Daleks,
Skaro?
and the Mars.
I'm gonna keep saying that.
Neutronic war, our Dalek
Neutronic?
forefathers retired into the city, protected by our machines.
And the thousands?
Most of them perished in the war, but we know that there are survivors. They must be disgustingly mutated, but the fact that they have survived tells us they must have a drug that preserves the life force.
And knowing that these mutated creatures exist outside the city, you're willing to send one of us in amongst them?
As you say yourself, all your lives depend on it.
Were the Khans at some point humanoid? Because they're like little squid things, aren't they?
Yes, I think it is.
Were they always looking like that?
I'll be all right.
Oh, that's quick.
It's too bad, is it?
Why don't you sit down?
No, I'll be all right. Oh! No good!
Ian.
Sit down. It will wear off in time.
How are you feeling, Barbara? Susan?
Well, it doesn't seem to have affected me as much as the rest of you.
She might be have
You all
better
right?
immune system or genetics or something. She's from the future.
No, child. The file of drugs left outside the TARDIS, remember?
Yes, what about them?
It's possible that they may have been anti-radiation gloves. Drugs. I can't be
Gloves.
certain. But it does give us a chance. The people here, whoever they may be, they need to get out. None of us are in very good shape to go and get them.
Oh, I could do it.
No, it must be me.
But you can't walk.
Oh, I'll be all right in a couple of hours. Whoever goes must be very careful. As far as I can ascertain, the creatures out there are the ones who dropped the bombs. They're called silence. They're mutations. So it wasn't our captors who left the drugs behind. No, if they were drugs, they've learned quite a lot from the Daleks. The who? The Daleks, our captors here. Oh, I don't know. But I was right about a neutron bomb. Daleks built this underground city as a kind of huge shelter.
But what about the what do you call them, the Thals? I mean, how did they survive out there?
With the drugs.
Doctor, let's get that drug quickly.
He's burning hot.
Yes. As soon as they take me to the surface, I'll ask for water. In the meantime, you must keep him as cool as you possibly can. I think there's some light coming back into my toes.
I can't go alone here. I have to go with you.
No, I want you to stay here, Susan.
But I can't. I must
don't
go with
argue
you.
with me.
You can't get to the ship.
Right then, give me the key.
After the question of turning the key, the lock comes away from the door.
Susan, supposing these Daleks insist insist that only one of us goes, then I'll have to take the key and I'll have to go on trying until the door
No,
opens.
you jam the lock. Look, it's a defense mechanism. There are 21 different holes inside the lock. There's one right place and 20 wrong ones. If you make a mistake, the whole inside of the lock will melt.
There's nothing else for it then.
Really?
We must go together. Come on, let's see if I can walk. No, it's all right.
I wonder when that's
Rest.
covered again
My right leg is better.
or rewritten.
Feeling in this one. Left is just pins and needles.
But the whole TARDIS locking defense mechanism sounds like it's a good idea. Sounds like it
I'm
would
not well
work.
enough yet.
You must leave now.
My legs are
Which
still...
one of you is going?
Who should go? Probably Barbara or Susan. Why are they sending this sort of... He can't go, come on.
You must give me more time.
Just... Get Barbara to do it, for God's sake.
See how weak he is?
There are others.
Exactly. I guess they're all ill, I guess.
The whole room.
At least they can walk. Susan's does know the key combination, and she seems to be less ill. Maybe quicker. Well, definitely the quickest right now. Come on, child. I don't think you've got a choice.
Get rid of her alone. She's just a child.
Apologies.
Plead with her. Anything.
Susan, you see how ill they both are. We can't afford to wait until I can walk. An hour might make all the difference.
So afraid.
Go on. Don't stop for anything. Straight there, straight back.
Are you ready?
Yes, all right.
I'm coming now. Ian. The others in the forest. He said they were mutations.
What else can I do?
I think they just look like normal people, don't they? Don't we? Do we end up seeing them? This is a cool set design for the planet.
The child has set out. A direction is being followed on the radioscopes. Yes. Mark her movements carefully. If there are more foul people living in the jungle, she will try to contact them. I
Foul.
understand. If
Can I say
she
that?
returns with a drug,
Foul.
am I to allow the prisoners to use it? No. They will die in time. Their only value is in bringing us enough of the foul drug to duplicate it for our own use. Yes, and last we have a chance.
I wonder why they were letting them go.
How long did the doctor say we'd last without treatment? 48
One of
hours.
them.
It's hit him so badly, Ian.
Yes. How are you feeling?
Oh, ache all over. Difficulty in keeping my eyes open.
Yes, I'm about the same. Oh, his boot. And to have his own way, see the city.
Ian, that doesn't help.
Oh, I know.
We must wait. That's all we can do.
Wait. Yes. An hour ago, I thought we might try and escape. Watch their movements, make a plan. There's always a chance. Now we're too late.
One
I
optimist.
think even if I left the
Well,
doors
not
wide
now,
open,
but-
we wouldn't have the strength to crawl through them.
How long has she been gone?
About an hour.
Hmm?
She should just be on the edge of the jungle by now.
God, can you imagine how long it would have taken Ian? I'm so bad at taking direction, or even following. I don't have a natural sense of direction, so I definitely would get lost in this. Sorry. What is that? Looks like a tree moving. That's my audition there for the role of Susan.
It's like a fever.
So from,
It's breathing so
I
bad.
think Susan pairs up with the survivors and they fight the Daleks.
Stop that now.
And then
Give me his coat.
they win the fight and they free these guys, if I recall correctly. But any of the details, I can't remember. And I wonder what they look like, because they look like trees at the
You
moment.
can't do anything more.
It's so hot in here.
Yes. You try and sleep, Barbara. You try and sleep.
I don't like to sleep. It's so hot.
You should probably take off your cardigan.
Hurry, Susan.
I mean,
Hurry, Susan.
one thing about these drugs is that they might be different speed, like the fowls may not necessarily be human. I doubt they're identical in terms of their genetic makeup. So would these drugs even work? We don't know if these drugs are going to work. Or if she's even going to find them, because she seems to be sort of,
I have
I don't know, just streaming at the moment.
prisoners. The old man is dying. Then he must die.
Why are they all
There is no help we can give him. How are the others? The
bond
woman
fighting?
is sleeping very heavily. The young man fights against it. What of the girl? Has she reached the jungle? Yes. The ranger scopes tracked her that far. Now they have lost her.
Ranger scopes? That couldn't have been the thing in... I wonder what the ranger scope looks like. It couldn't have been the thing that had moved earlier, right? That has to be a foul in disguise, or maybe they look like trees, I don't know. God, see, this normally means it's kind of the safe haven. If only she could then fly the ship into the location which they are trapped, and they could get the hell out of there. This is why everyone who's on the TARDIS should know how to fly the TARDIS. I guess you should take it first, then, see if it kills you.
Don't stop for anything. Straight there, straight back. An hour might make all the difference.
Obi-Wan. Well, they really swing open, don't they? Oh, look, it's so cool. I didn't realise this, but it's not showing the police box doors. They do that in New Who now. Oh, that ended really quickly. It's quite well paced. I was just saying that ended really quickly. I'm gonna look for a director because I mentioned that earlier. Dalek voices, Peter Hawkins. Was it Warwick Hussein, whatever that guy's name is? Obviously, all of my insight has come from an adventure in time and space. Okay. Well, that's good. That's very Verity Lambert. Director? Christopher Barry. I don't know who that is. Maybe John Barry's brother. I don't know. I mean, it's the BBC, so they probably wouldn't be surprising if they're related. Yeah, that's good. Very well paced. It ended a lot quicker. I guess Susan's going to run back now. Hopefully we're going to meet some fowls. That's what I want to do next episode. Meet some fowls. And then we can get some... Maybe we'll learn that the Daleks were actually a little bit mean, a little bit fascist. And then the fowls will say, actually, we're probably... Even though I don't know that the fowls are the good guys. I think the fowls are the good guys. because it's Doctor Who and the Daleks are sort of space Nazis. So yeah, looking forward to next episode. Hopefully we get to meet the Fowls. Full reactions on Patreon. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, all of that crap. Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye.